Okay, are we ready?
Yep.
All right. So who doesn't love bacon? Actually, there are some people that don't like bacon. I conducted a survey of about 197 people, and out of 197 people, only 16 did not like bacon. For the rest of us, I have prepared some information so that we can probably appreciate our favorite food some more. I'm going to go over some history of bacon. I am going to go up and find out how bacon is made, and I won't go into the gory details, don't worry. And then we are going to go over 3 different types of preparations of bacon. It's really important to know where your food comes from. So we're going to go ahead and start with the history of bacon. An article on bacon history said that bacon came from as far back as 1500 BC. In China, they would make bacon from the belly of the pig, and it was very similar to what we know as salt pork. The ancient Romans had a version of bacon called petasso, which they took from the shoulder of the pig and they boiled it with some dried figs, and then they served it with wine. In medieval times, there was a cookbook back from 1591 that showed they made a gammon of bacon. And the gammon of bacon came from the hindquarters of the pig, and they would wrap it over some hard-boiled eggs and boil it with some herbs, and then they would serve it with bread and butter. The bacon history article also said that the word bacon comes from many different languages. A few they named were French, German, and Celtics. All 3 languages referred to the back of the bacon. So that brings us to how is bacon made? We're going to talk about side bacon. Side bacon is the type of bacon that we're used to in the supermarkets. It comes from the belly of the pig, and it has those distinguished stripes of bacon fat, and then also the muscle, the red and white stripes. The chef, the head chef at Double Crown Restaurant, Chef Rendell, he uses a method of making bacon from scratch called brining. And you brine a piece of bacon by putting it in a salt bath and curing it for about a week or more. After you brine it in that salt bath for about a week, then you can put it in a smoker. Once you put it in a smoker, you can then slice it into thick or thin strips depending on how you like your bacon. Now that we have sliced our bacon, let's go over a few different ways to cook bacon. My favorite way to make bacon is in the oven. So I like to use a cookie sheet, such as this. Then I will line it with foil so it's easy to clean up. And then I'll put it on a drying rack, kind of like what you would put your cookies on after you're done baking them to dry. I'll then layer my strips of bacon on top of it so that you can see the fat drips down, and then you have a more even cooking. So it's a lot more crispy this way as well, because the air gets to circulate over the top and the bottom of the meat. The next preparation that I'd like to go over is the stove method. You can cook bacon on the stove, just put it over medium heat in a pan. Once one side is done, flip it over. And then once the other side is done, you can put it on a paper towel, and that will make sure that your bacon doesn't get all soggy from the grease. A lot of people like to use this method so that they can save their bacon fat and use it for other recipes, just like biscuits and gravy, for example. The third way that I would like to go over, even though it might sound odd, is barbecuing your bacon. Yes, it does sound strange, at least it did to me at first, but I learned that some people don't like the way that their house smells after making bacon. So you can linger for, a week or so, who knows, So just be careful if you decide to use it in the oven, or I'm sorry, in the barbecue. You want to put it on a top rack if you have one, and cook it similar to the way that you would on the stove top. You can flip it over, and then just be careful for those flare-ups. So in conclusion, we learned some fun facts about the bacon. Hopefully next time you have some on your plate, you'll think about these different options and maybe even cook in a different way. We learned some history about bacon and some traditional methods on how to make it. We learned how to brine and make the bacon from scratch. And we also learned how to make bacon some different ways. So now that I have all this bacon in front of me, I'm kind of getting hungry, so I really appreciate it. Thank you for listening. All right, let's show our audience again. You're still here. Thank you.